Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach on the internet. Reason why is because my coaching is unlike any other coaching on the internet. True story, I coach in audio exchange and phone calls. There are two most favorite packages. The link is below to my website. Like I said, the audio exchange unlimited package mainly consists of audios that we exchange back and forth. We cover everything in my coaching, starting with your childhood, adolescence, college years, all the way up until now, in order for me to understand how to help you achieve your manifestational goals. The same package also consists of 5 telephone sessions, and you can use them whenever you like if you want to use them. This kind of coaching is very thorough. I listen to your audio, which has to be 20-minute max. More than once, I take extensive notes. Everybody has a pad, individual pad in my coaching. My notes are so detail oriented. It's almost a transcript, but I take the most interesting parts that you're telling me, and everything is interesting to me in order for me to map out your history and understand what your belief system program is right now, the program that you're running on. Everybody has a sets of beliefs that are hindering them from manifesting faster and the things that you want. And so my job in coaching primarily is to figure out what that is and how to help you. Minimum, I would recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching for me to be able to help you really become the new person that you want to be, who manifests easily, easier, and with grace and with ease. The other package that is very popular is the Phone Unlimited Deluxe. This is basically somebody who wants to be on the phone with me and ask me questions live while we interact. The same thing follows that I go through the recorded session. I record those conversations. It's an hour long, and thus the price is higher for that very reason, because it's a lot more work for me. But basically, we cover everything as well: childhood, adolescence, what have you, all the way up until today, your SPs, divorces, etc. Once I go through the recorded session, we reconvene at the next session with my feedback and analysis of the previous conversation. Now, the frequency of the phone conversations is 2 to 3 times per week, scheduled per meeting, mine and yours. We usually have to schedule a slot for you, like let's just say 7 p.m. or 5 p.m., something like this. The same goes for the audio exchange. We interact 2 to 3 times per week, especially in the beginning when you're new in my coaching. There's a lot of ground to cover. It usually takes me a day or two to respond to your audio, and to go through it and respond with my own audio, the analysis of your audio, okay? There is also the coaching agreement you need to sign when booking my coaching. Basically states I'm not a psychiatrist, that you don't get to rebuttal me, you need to respect me, you can violate the rules of the coaching, or I will terminate the coaching immediately. The fee is non-refundable. You can't send more than 1 audio at a time, and basically a lot of other things that are pretty self-explanatory to a person who is reasonable. I really demand that you show up and do the work in coaching, and that's how results are produced. All right. If you have any questions, my information is below. Also, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and please make sure you watch more than one of my videos before reaching out to me, because I really want to make sure you understand my personality is very direct. I sometimes curse in coaching to emphasize my point, and I have a very direct personality, like I say, and it's not for everybody, I realize that. But basically, I will be brutally honest with you in our coaching, and that's actually what I get paid to do. Okay. The title of today's discussion is Your SP Wants Your Approval. Now, most of you who come into my coaching have SP problems. That's usually how they come, especially off of YouTube. And It's always about the same story, more or less, that the SP either left, divorced them, left them for a third party, there were problems, they ghosted them, blocked them, or have not been in communication with them, sometimes for years. And everybody always tells me more or less the same story, and is full of regrets, kind of like desperation, even sadness, and is willing to do just about anything to bring that SP back. And I really mean in the 3D. And so that is a complete mistake, as you understand, because when you understand metaphysics, it's a completely different situation we're discussing here. And this is why people who come on my channel and say to me, this stuff doesn't work. No, you don't work. For you. Different perspective, okay, should be utilized on life. When you say something doesn't work and you've been using that to create your whole entire fucking life, yeah, one has to ask you, how do you live your life then? How do you breathe? The idea is to turn things around in your favor. Okay, for anybody who is right now like crying in bed and being desperate and chasing this SP, just fucking stop already. It has never worked before. Why continue doing it? Okay? What you really have to do is really like get your shit together enough to listen to the rest of this audio and maybe come into my coaching and really understand that you've been using your power against yourself. Okay? You're the powerful creator here. You're the powerful one who's complaining that everything is against them. Well, you created this set of circumstances. I don't care what you say. You did create it with your beliefs, borrowed from mom, dad, guardian, what have you, this boyfriend, that girlfriend. It all happened for a reason. You created it with your mind. So just like it got created by you, it can also be uncreated. And here's how. First of all, understand that you're the creator of your reality, that there's no opponent, just like I discussed in my last audio, the power of not giving a fuck. There's no opponent, there's nobody against you. So energetically, you have to stop playing victim and declare your magic, declare your power. Now, I know you won't be able to do this overnight, but this audio is for somebody who is either in my coaching, has made some progress in the manifestational game, or just in order for you to even understand how to do this in theoretical form first, and then once you're in my coaching, you will understand the mechanism of it in your situation. I don't know your situation. This is just general information. Okay, parenthesis here. So energetically declaring your magic goes like this. I've created a shitty version thus far of this person who treated me like this, divorced me, left me for a third party, la 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 la. So I created the shitty version, and I'm responsible. Now, in order to start turning things around, you have to start creating a new version of this SP who will want your approval, who will chase you instead, who will act the way that you want them to act. Again, this doesn't happen overnight, but this is the mechanism. Let go of the shitty version of your SP and stop reacting to that version. Forget it. Let go, forgive, stop resenting, stop crying, stop chasing. Let go of it. Just process it. We do a lot of forgiveness work in my coaching, processing of emotions. And it has to be that you are able to let go of that shitty version. We've done enough of acknowledging of the shitty version. It's about time they leave the fucking stage, even in an energetic form. When you're chasing them, even energetically, or thinking about them, crying about them, you're still fucking chasing them. You need to let go of that shitty version in order to commit your attention and your magic, your manifestational game to the new version. Okay? The two cannot exist at the same time. It's either one or the other. So you need to commit to the new version of your SP and never let go. Never waver. Now, you will say, well, I'm a human. Sometimes I have doubts. Okay, momentarily for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even an hour, but not more than that. Remind yourself that you're fused with the new version of reality now. And in that reality, the shitty version does not exist. Instead, the good version exists that acts the way you want them to act. Because that shitty version was your creation in the first place. Now, this new version is going to be your creation also. You don't need anybody an explanation. You don't need owe anybody an apology. You don't owe anybody shit other than you are in the laboratory of your creation and you're going about your business. But the thing is, you need to commit to that version. Commit. Marry that reality where this person is to that version. Marry that person. In other words, marry that version. Not literally, but being committed to the vision of that person, to the idea of that creation, and never let it go. And I'm not saying, parenthesis here, you won't get married to that person, but I'm just saying. And so reverse engineer the chasing, right? Right now, you think you need their approval. You think that if they only come back and like me again, if they only love me again, if they only this, that, any other. No, fuck that shit. Seriously, though. Enough of that, like total, completely opposite creation that hasn't served you will never serve you. You don't need their approval, they need yours. Turn that shit around. Reverse engineer the chasing. In your mind, you're now thinking that they're chasing you, that they like desperately want your approval, okay? They messed up, they realize it, and now they're standing on their head wherever they are, trying to figure out how to make it up to you, what in the world they have to do to even begin this conversation of like, I apologize. So they're seeking your approval, not the other way around. Once and for all, let's reverse this shit and never turn back again to this needy person of chasing for what? Chances are they're the one who messed up. They're the one that ghosted you, blocked you, cheated on you, lied to you, disrespected you. They're the one who need to be chasing after you and begging you, please, 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 can we please try again? I've changed. I'm a different man. I'm a different woman. You won't believe the work I've done on myself. In honest coaching, I don't know. We'll see. You're the one who gave them the power to ignore you and block you, right? You're the one who gave them the power to act this way, to be the shitty version. Cancel it. Like, completely undo it. Just not in a desperate way, but be like, I've changed my mind. Now I'm thinking differently. They're not ignoring me. They're standing on their head wherever they are, trying to figure out how to approach me because, quite frankly, they're afraid of me. They really fucked up. They're gathering their courage to come talk to me. That has to be the reason they're not talking to me yet. Just yet, but they're going to be completely like desperate to talk to me. If I continue thinking this way, they're going to be desperate, completely desperate talking to me. You're the one who gave the third party the power, if one exists, or the importance of the third party. Everybody has more or less the same story, like I say in my coaching. Well, what if they're better than me? What if they like them better than me? What if they stay with them? What if, like, oh, she's not prettier than me, he's not more handsome than me? Comparing yourself to... No, stop that shit. They're not prettier or better, nothing than you. Don't give them that importance. Don't attribute that importance to anybody, first of all. Going forward to any kind of other person that's not, that's not you. But in a third-party situation, just say they don't matter. I attributed importance to them, and now I'm canceling that importance. They're in my world, and it's up to me to cancel their importance. They don't matter to me, and they don't matter to my SP anymore. Period. I am the only one in their world, and I'll tell you something else. If you stop reacting to the third party, you will not create any more third parties, right? That's very important to do, because if you're constantly afraid of some third party showing up, don't worry, they will show up over and over and over and over again. But if you're thinking, no, I'm the only one they want, I am the only one. I'm like the sun for them. It's like they're just like, they live for me. They live to be approved by me. They live to be to chase me. They live to please me. They live to be with me, and no other anybody interests them. They don't even look at anybody else. It's not even in their consciousness. It's not even in their mind. And I tell you, third party will disappear like the snow in the July sun. I'm telling you that right now. Put your attention, your precious attention, where it belongs and keep it there. Okay? On the best version of them, who's completely like bananas over you, gaga for you, and comes back to you to make things right and apologize. And no fucking third party will stop it. No, but nothing. No circumstance, no power or event will ever stop it from becoming so. It will be impossible for them to resist this new creation. This new version is exactly the way you want them to be, because you're the magnet for that reality now, for that version. There is no power on earth that can stop it from becoming so. Absolutely none. Because you've changed your mind, the world outside has changed. That's one way of, putting it. But because you've changed your mind, you're in a different reality where things are exactly as you think that they are. So start thinking differently, and the reality you're in will change. And only accept that reality. Don't go back to the other one. Only accept the best. Because just remember this. The way you think of things, the way you think of your SP, the way you think of your money, of your career, of your friends, of your relatives, everybody, anything, your coworkers, business partners, that's how they are. If you change your mind about anybody or anything, that thing or that someone will change. Now, in the reality, basically in the 3D, it will look as if they changed their mind or something happened, and that's how things changed. But I'm telling you, it's an entirely different version. And in the 3D, like I said, it will look normal and natural. But it's just, that's the universe, it's how genius it is. It just completely effortlessly creates this transition from the shittiest version to the most magnificent version of your SP or of anybody under the sun. Do you need to really commit to that energy, to that world, and be in that energy of being that person who is now being loved and cared for by your SP, being chased? And you're just like, almost like, oh my God, like they're writing to me every 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck? Don't you have a life? Like, seriously though. Like, this is overwhelming, almost like this, But wouldn't you rather this than anything else? Wouldn't you rather that than, the way things used to be? You need to think of them. They're like hanging on my every word. I can do no wrong by them. I can be myself and they will forgive me things. Now, not like crazy things, but I'm saying they will forgive me my weaknesses or my sometimes cranky moods. They will love me even more for that. Whereas before they used to be moody and this and that. Things like that. They will always be there for me. They will want commitment with me and to me more than I do for them. Because now it's as if like you have to say, wouldn't it be funny if we switched roles once and for all? What you're doing right now, chasing and begging and pleading and crying, they're doing that now. Now, wouldn't that be funny? And you have to really create with that kind of like playfulness, but that's when it becomes fun. It's like, wouldn't it be funny if we switched roles? And all of a sudden, I'm the one thought after, and I'm the one like in the center of the universe, permanently so, by the way. I'm the one who's like, well, I'm not sure about you anymore because, you've done X, Y, and Z. And they're going out of their way, begging and pleading and being totally faithful and loyal to you. and that's something maybe you've not seen in them, and they're like totally honest with you and open about their emotions and basically just like glued to you permanently. Entertain that idea, entertain that version, entertain that miraculous event of some kind that happened, and see them play this out for you in your reality. But obviously, the idea is you're creating it with your energy of now suddenly having changed your mind. Your energy has to change, thus your mind changes, because now you find yourself, well, I've done the shitty shit long enough. I want fabulous shit now. I really don't care about the shitty shit so much. It was entertaining, I suppose, but but I really want what I want. I want this marvelous fairy tale version. Now, for most people, it's going to be like, some people are really impatient, is what I want to say. The idea is to really stay put. You really need to be as fucking stubborn as a donkey, just as you were before, in assuming something completely different and assuming crazy things, that basically you created yourself, and reaffirming that to you day in and day out. You need to be just as stubborn about your new reality. And you know what? It's a lot more pleasant to be stubborn about something great and fantastic. And you will find that even though in the beginning you may have some resistance and you may still remember the old story and the shitty version, eventually it will be so pleasant for you to reside in that world that you will start seeing some signs that your manifestation is coming. You will start getting encouragement. Okay. Now, I don't know what your signs are. Everybody picks their own signs. For some people, it's feathers, sequence of numbers, hearing that person's name, seeing the car that they drive. I mean, it goes somebody who looks like them, or you bump into their friend and this and that. But you will see a sign that what you're doing internally is working. So if you see that sign, don't say, oh, it's just a coincidence. It happens to everybody. No, it doesn't. It happens to people who are on purpose about their creations. So if you just follow through on that manifestation, you will get your fucking apology. You will get your whatever it is you want with that person. You will get that new version. And it will be so normal and natural that you will wonder why the fuck you ever begged and chased and made a fool out of yourself. Well, you could have been doing this shit all along. The only person who wasn't on your side was you. All right. Thank you very much for listening. All the information from me is below. And if you have any questions about the coaching, please email me. Thank you again, and have a great evening. Ciao, ciao.